Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. My name is Vinny and I'm joined with today's guest, Abdul. He's selling his Amazon Associates business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. Welcome to the show, Abdul. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me to the podcast. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to talking about your business today. It's a pretty interesting one in a cool niche. And just before we get stuck into the finer details, let me just go over a brief summary of the business for today's listeners. So today's listing is an Amazon Associates and affiliate business in the food and beverage niche, and it was created in September 2019. The average monthly revenue for the business is $4,823, and it makes an average of $4,757 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are the primary domain and all of the site's content and files, SOPs, and a Pinterest account. You can head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 51177 to learn more about the business. If you want to start your due diligence, just remember to unlock the listing first. Alright, Abdul, that's a general overview of your business, but let's find out about yourself. Can you tell me about your background in building or running online businesses?
Yes, I have over 5 years of SEO experience. I started working in SEO in 2015 while I was a college student. I previously ran a website in the health niche, which after initial success ultimately failed because of my own lack of experience and knowledge of online marketing. Despite the initial slips up, as my interest in marketing and entrepreneurship grew, I realized university wasn't for me. I left to focus entirely on SEO with more time to spend on my passion. I became knowledgeable about how to promote products and make money online. I started another site in health niche in 2017, and that site provided enough initial return that I decided to make it a full-time business. So I started another site in March 2019, and again, I took it to the 4 figures within 6 months without working actively on link building because I didn't have this much amount of budget to buy links and scale it fast. So the growth I achieved was hard won. I learned strategies and techniques by attending multiple webinars, listening to the podcast by industry leaders, and generally searching how to build quality websites and scaling them to bigger incomes faster. One of the best courses that I've taken is the authority site system, and that one I followed to really build the website that I'm currently selling. This website was the first time I had focused greatly on building the business while focusing on link building side as well. My niche research was pretty much solid, so I was confident to take this site to a decent level of income before even launching the website. This is my background in SEO mainly, having 5 years of experience. Built multiple successful websites, but this was the first time I focused on Amazon Associates. Otherwise, I have mostly worked in private networks. So this is my background.
Wonderful. It sounds like you've obviously gained a lot of experience over time. Yeah, just from trying things and starting your own projects and different businesses and making it work. And it sounds like you've invested a lot in yourself as well by attending courses to just learn about SEO and link building and stuff like that. So obviously it's all paid off because you managed to build this awesome business that we're talking about today. Can you tell me then, because obviously that's the background and how you gain the skills and stuff, but can you just describe where did you get the inspiration to start this business in particular in this food and beverage niche?
In food and beverage niche, actually, this was the thing that I also loved the most. In my family, I loved that beverage the most. So I decided to think about it, like if I can work in that niche or not. So what I did, I researched that niche and 5 other niches by following the course. So while comparing all those niches, one of the niches that got my most of the interest was that food and beverage niche. So that led me to building that website in that niche, mainly my interest and the opportunities to to build and scale this website faster to the bigger income. I have opportunities, I have ideas and proper planning to work in that niche. So I jumped right into it and built a website.
Gotcha. Yeah. So can you just explain to some of our listeners who are, who may be new to online businesses and the industry, why would you say that Amazon Associates is a great business model to start off with?
Okay, I have worked with private networks mostly. I have previously built the websites. So this one was the first one with Amazon Associates. So I have great experience with private network. Comparing both this business model, Amazon Associates converts like crazy. It's totally amazing. So that is the main thing. And one of the wonderful things is working with Amazon Associates. You get a lot of products and those products convert. Like if you choose a great product to promote on your website, it converts because the people trust Amazon like than trusting any other private network. So this makes a huge difference in the conversion. And that's actually definitely led me to make a bigger income faster than working with private networks. So that's the main reason I would say Amazon Associate is the best. Yeah, despite having much less commissions than other private network, this Amazon Associates convert like crazy. I'm very happy with that. This was very surprising for me, like working with private networks and working with Amazon. So this was the main factor working with Amazon.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, Amazon is definitely holds a lot of brand power, and it sounds like you've personally experienced a high conversion rate by just leaning on it, which is great. But a lot of our listeners, they are going to want to know, Abdul, why are you selling the business right now instead of staying with it or growing it?
All right, I'm ready to move on a new challenge. And to do so, I need the capital upfront. I'm also at a point of life I want to achieve a few personal milestones, like buying property. So this is the thing that wants me to really sell the business at this. This was actually my goal to really build a website and get capital upfront to achieve my few personal milestones mainly.
Yeah, fair enough. Definitely makes sense. Let me ask you about your experience as you were building this business in particular. Was there anything that you learned that you will apply to future businesses?
Exactly. One thing that I learned is the HARO. Beginners should be working on HARO like on the website when they have enough amount of content to show on the home page. HARO could be a great link building technique to get your website featured on great media outlets, authority websites. This builds trust. This was the thing that I missed personally. I think I would have done it if I had the idea like about the how it works. But this is the thing that I would say HARO is the great thing to really focus on. And for building the new website, I would be focusing on few things like finding more informational topics to really scale your link building faster. That's the thing that I will definitely focus on new project if I have to build to.
Yeah, makes sense for sure. And just for our listeners who aren't aware of what HARO is, HARO stands for Help a Reporter Out. Is that right?
Exactly. Okay, one thing that I want to mention, you asked me about the inspirations. One of the men I want to mention is Mark Jenner. He's a wonderful guy. He taught me a lot of stuff. And the Gareth Dane, one of my friends on Facebook, these both guys taught me a lot of stuff for free. And I really appreciate them. These are the people who really boosted my knowledge in SEO stuff, mainly learning strategy and techniques to build and grow the websites faster. So I want to mention them in this podcast.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that you got so much value out of the mentoring and the training, particularly from, like you say, your friend and that YouTube resource. Was there anything that you tried that didn't give you the ROI that you were hoping for?
Actually, most of my techniques worked because I followed the course. But few things that I want to mention is that link building is pretty much hard because you either get links or you just get a lot of answers like about money. People ask for money. So these are the things I would say probably might not work, but for me, it works partially, not fully. This is the thing that I only could say as a little bit of failure, but everything else was totally fine. And the strategy worked for me.
Great stuff. Let me ask you about marketing now. What do you currently do in terms of marketing for the business?
This is my full-time job. I only do SEO for the marketing stuff. And I'm planning to work on Pinterest for marketing and learning email marketing to really focus on these two things, social media and email. But currently, this is my full-time job. I do a lot of marketing myself and I only use SEO at the moment for the marketing. no paid ads, no social media, no email, only SEO.
Gotcha. So sounds like all the marketing, all the traffic is inbound and organic for the time being. So I'm just going to ask you then, on a day-to-day basis, or I guess on a weekly basis, can you tell me what's the type of work that you do to maintain the business?
Currently, the site is entirely on autopilot. It requires no work from my end, but what I do is I weekly open my website and read the articles, change the product if there are some went out of stock. This is the thing that I do. I receive HARO queries, I forward them to my freelance writer. That's the only thing that I do. It requires around like 4 hours a week or probably 6 hours a week at the most.
Yeah, makes sense. You mentioned obviously about HARO as part of your link building strategy. Can you just share a bit more about your link building strategy for people who don't really know what HARO is, as well as broken link building?
Absolutely. Okay, the broker link building was basically something I looked into expired domains and the domains that were acquired by big media companies. What I did, I looked into things like if they had done their technical job wonderfully or not. One of the company, I found that they had done a poor job in redirecting their broker links, redirecting their links to the new website. So what I did, I took that advantage, reached out to those websites by building my page on the same topic. I asked them to replace that broken link with my page. So what I did, most of the people did that, but a percentage of people ignored my email. So what I did, I gave them an incentive in the form of Pinterest. I asked them if they will replace my link, I will share their article to my burning Pinterest followers, burning 45,000 Pinterest followers. So this gave them a reason to really do the thing that I asked them is replacing the link with my link. This was the broken link building that I started my link building campaign mainly. And the other one is shotgun scrapper technique. What I did, I found a topic, an informational topic in my niche, and I made sure that it should have a lot of high KD, should have high KD on Ahrefs. What does that mean? Href high KD means the website having a lot of links to really rank for that page. That was wonderful. And it was the number of prospects that were needed to me to really reach out to them and asking them for the link. What I did, I built my Sky Short Power Page. People often call this as a Power Page or Shorten Scrapper page. I reached out to those websites that gave the link to those top 10 results, and I asked them to give me their link too. So these people gave me their link. Some of them asked me for money, and some of them really gave me their link for free because my page was really built to that much great. So these are the two techniques, broken link building and shotgun skyscraper. Mainly we call this as outreaching. So outreaching gave me a percentage of links. And since I was building some great content, so a percentage of people gave me links naturally. Like they found my website on the web and they found my website and gave me that link because they found me. This is like natural type of link building, naturally getting the links. The two techniques, broken link building and shotgun skyscraper. And the third one is HARO. I received the queries. I looked into the queries and figured out which one is the most relevant and I'm able to answer them. What I did, I copied that query and sent it to my freelance writer and she answered that query and mentioned into big media website. These are the things that we did mainly to building links on our website.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks for sharing that. Can you just share with me, Abdul, if you did stay with the business, what are some of the growth opportunities you would try to explore?
Yeah, definitely. There are great growth opportunities. You can add a lot of informational topics and a lot of commercial topics and focus entirely on link building, like improving the rank of existing articles, like they are in top 10 pages. If they are on like 10th position or within 11th to 20th position, building to those pages and push them to the page one to grow the traffic faster. And few things that you can focus on Pinterest and get a lot of traffic from there to monetize the recipes and informational topics with the display ads. So these are the things that can not only improve the traffic, but also the revenue of the website.
Yeah, great stuff. Can you just share, what do you think are some of the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Yeah, it's always possible. Algorithm updates from Google might upend the SEO and changes might occur in Amazon associate commissions percentage. So the risk with most online businesses and something that I've tried to be aware of when building this business. So these are the only risks with that one.
Okay, great stuff. Last few questions for you here, Abdul. How much support are you offering buyers?
Yeah, I would be happy to support both with email and Skype for 30 days. with whatever the buyer asks me, I would be happy to help.
Great to hear. Are you willing to commit to a non-compete?
Exactly. I have done that, yes.
Great. And are you open to negotiating something like an earnout, seller financing?
I would prefer the cash up front, but if the right deal comes along, then I would be happy to negotiate, like getting 80 to 85% cash up front and the remaining within a few weeks or months, whatever it is. I would be happy to do that.
Great to hear. Last question for you, Abdul. If you put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why would you say that this is a business that's worth buying?
Because this website is currently growing. I can focus on link building and add more topics to really scale it. This is the moment I can scale it much faster and sell it for even higher prices than currently it is. So this is the thing that I would personally do, is that building this website and growing it to the higher incomes and then flipping it. I'll probably be working on for years, like 5 years or 3 years, and getting high incomes like $50,000 or $40,000 a month.
Okay, great. Is there anything that you'd like to share that you think I might have missed?
Yeah, actually forgot about asking about my experience and what I learned from building the business. As explained, when talking about my experience, I was very much learning on the job because my time duration was short. Through constant troubleshooting and self-directed research, I feel like I'm now very competent at what I do, but it wasn't easy. This is a high risk, high reward business. It isn't for everyone, for the faint of heart, but at this point, with the 5 years of journey, with whatever I've learned, I believe I can say I can deal with whatever work comes along my way to really keep this business up and running.
Great, thanks for sharing that, Abdul, and thank you for joining me on today's podcast episode, and I hope that your business gets picked up by the right buyer soon.
Thank you so much. Hopefully. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, same here. Alright everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 51177. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.